From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have seen cold and blustery weather across mid-Michigan today. Notice the Doppler radar. Bulk of the precipitation now to our east, but there's still a few snow showers to our north. But overall, we should maintain partly cloudy skies here. Look at the temperatures. Mount Pleasant down to 32 degrees, 38 for Lansing, still clinging to 40 in Jackson. Our current wind chills are running generally in the 20s and low 30s. It feels cold out there. Definitely jacket weather for tonight. You check out the forecast. Temperatures bottom out in the low 20s by tomorrow morning. Very cold start, and then we turn our attention to maybe some accumulating snows later this week. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5:30.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepper. Let's start the clock on our first 6 minutes of news. And we begin in Detroit, where police are now investigating after firefighters found 3 bodies in a burned out car. First responders described the bodies as burned beyond recognition. They were found after firefighters put out the fire early Sunday morning. Our ABC affiliate in Detroit reports police say they have a person of interest in custody. Tonight, the department is offering a $5,000 reward for information. In West Michigan, the Kent County Sheriff's Office says 2 women died in a house fire in Algoma Township early this morning. We're told a 34-year-old man woke up to smoke alarms and got out of the house. The women, a 30-year-old and a 65-year-old, were still inside and died from their injuries. The man was treated for minor injuries. Deputies say the man told them the fire seemed to be coming from a pellet stove, but they say the investigation is still in the early stages. And this fire happened at an Ann Arbor apartment complex on Saturday. There were no injuries reported in this one. Officials believe the fire was an accident and started on or near a second-floor balcony. From there, it spread to the attic. 2 units were damaged by the fire, but other apartments had water and smoke damage. Losses are estimated at $700,000. The car company Stellantis says an employee died in a workplace accident. That's what they're calling it in Monroe County. It happened around 1:30 this morning at the Dundee engine plant. Police say the worker was pinned down by assembly line machinery. After he was freed, he was taken to a hospital but died from his injuries. The company says it is not identifying the 62-year-old Detroit man out of respect for his family. Stellantis makes Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and other vehicles. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says he is investigating the WK Kellogg Company because of artificial food dyes. The Kellogg Company is headquartered in Battle Creek. Paxton says the company uses deceptive practices and misleads people about the health of their products. Kellogg Company representatives say their products are safe and most of its cereals do not have food dyes. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has criticized the artificial dyes used in Froot Loops. Down south, days of heavy rainstorms filled rivers to near record levels over the weekend, and some neighborhoods in Kentucky and other states are submerged. Cities have ordered evacuations while rescue crews in inflatable boats checked on people in Kentucky and Tennessee. Utilities shut off power and gas in a region stretching from Texas to Ohio. And at least 20 deaths in this past week are being blamed on the storms and floods. Officials in Indianapolis say there is no danger to the public from a train derailment that happened on Sunday night. 6 train cars came off the tracks and 5 of those fell off a bridge. A white powder was spilled across the area, but that turned out to be cornstarch. And officials say there likely will not be any hazmat concerns. There were reports that a car might have been driving under the bridge at the time, but that has not been confirmed as of this afternoon. In New York, a plaintiff in an employment dispute tried to use artificial intelligence, a program, to address appellate judges in the state Supreme Court, and was shut down by one of those judges. The plaintiff had permission to appear by video, but then used an avatar while the AI program spoke for him. He said he did it because he has trouble speaking, but one judge disputed that.
In the past, you have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes, okay? I don't appreciate being misled.
The plaintiff later apologized to the court, saying he did not mean any harm. We are less than 2 weeks away from Easter, and Swiss chocolate makers are concerned about the Trump administration's tariffs and what that will mean for this busy season. The chocolate industry reports rising cocoa prices have already eaten into profits. Plus, candy makers say exporting to America is already complicated for food products, and shipments are often stopped by customs officials. And now the U.S. is imposing a 31% tariff on Swiss goods. One company owner says she's not sure if American customers will swallow a price hike. The Swiss Chocolate Industry Association and Swiss authorities used official statements condemning the tariffs. Well, staying with global news, Pope Francis made his first appearance in St. Peter's Square on Sunday, his first since he got out of the hospital. Pope Francis still had a breathing tube in his nose as he appeared on stage at a special Jubilee Mass for the sick and medical workers. The pontiff gave a short greeting to crowds in Italian, saying Happy Sunday to everyone. Witnesses say his voice sounded stronger than when he spoke to well-wishers outside the hospital 2 weeks ago after battling life-threatening pneumonia during a 5-week stay. In the Netherlands, over the weekend, thousands of people came out to see millions of flowers in bloom in a garden about 618 acres big. Every year, 40 workers plant around 7 million flower bulbs in more than 1,600 varieties. They start in early October and finish the job just before Christmas. The result? A colorful display that brings tourists from around the world.
So far, we're amazed at the beauty. We love the lovely smell of the park from all the flowers and also all the nice colors all around. It's just breathtaking.
Just some of the flowers include tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths. Last year, the garden drew about 1.4 million visitors, and I can see why. And wrapping up our first 6 minutes of news, I love this story. One of the newest winners of a Guinness World Record is an African giant pouched rat named Ronan. He is one of the rats given the job of sniffing out landmines and other unexploded bombs in Cambodia, and he was just honored for finding more than 100 landmines, more than any other rat. Decades of conflict have left up to 6 million unexploded munitions in the country's soil, according to a 2024 report. And rats, they can be trained to search in grid patterns, smell the explosives, and then scratch little marks where they detect a landmine. David, that's impressive. A whole new appreciation.
Would have never known.
Yeah.
But yeah, very impressive.
Yeah.
You know what's not so impressive? if you like snow, it's impressive.
This time of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little accumulating snow to talk about. Weather coming up.
Okay, your full forecast right after the break. Whether you